What does culture mean to you?
Culture is important to me because it means that our family gets together during the holidays and we get to share and see each other once a year, I guess, or every other holiday.
What does culture mean to you?
Um, Culture means me getting together with my family, doing different traditions, and sharing stuff that we like with one another, I guess.
What does culture mean to you?
Culture to me is about family and what you believe in.
What does culture mean to you?
Culture means to me is diversity and sharing values.
Culture is an established set of values, beliefs, and attitudes held by a large group of people. Culture is usually heavily influenced by things such as
In order to understand this concept in full, it is best to see examples of people interacting cross culturally.
Messages can be spread much more clearly when you understand that your culture may vary from another person's.
It teaches us how to be mindful of others' positions in life, helping to cultivate empathy and intercultural competence.
We must be aware of what we should and should not do when communicating culturally.
My family and I open our gifts on Christmas Eve at 12 a.m.
Oh my god, me too.
Oh, that's weird. My family doesn't do that. We open our presents on actual Christmas morning.
in this scenario, person one and person two have identified themselves to be in-groupers, and person three has identified themselves to be an out-grouper. And simply that means that person one and person two share culture, and person three does not share the culture of person one and person two. However, person three actually does seem to be exemplifying non-mindfulness in this scenario, and therefore should practice attributional complexity.
My family and I open our gifts on Christmas Eve at 12 a.m.
Oh my god, me too.
Really? So does that mean that Christmas Eve is more important than the actual Christmas Day?
Person three has now shown interest in the cultures of other people, therefore, they are exemplifying attributional complexity. And not only that, they also changed the way that they were speaking in order to adapt better to the in-groupers as an out-grouper in this scenario. Therefore, they were exemplifying what is called communication accommodation.
Well, I think a community should work together and help each other out rather than work individually and pursue different goals.
That's so stupid. I think it's a lot better if you just work on yourself individualistically and you pursue your personal goals, because if you do something like, work with a community as a large group, who says that they're going to be working towards the goals that you want to? In this second scenario, person two is displaying an intolerant attitude towards different cultures, and at this point should be considering practicing intercultural competency.
Well, I think it's better for a community to work together and help each other out rather than for them to pursue different goals.
That makes sense. I see where you're coming from there. I also think it's really important to work with your community. I just also think it's really important to have individual success. Usually I think that if you're pursuing your own personal goals as a community, your community thrives. What do you think about that? In the new scenario, person two has 1. Reflected on the cultural differences that the two individuals have. 2. Shared a mutual belief in the greater community. 3. Open communication and feedback between themselves and the other person. And 4. Developed a sensitive attitude towards cultural differences. At this point, person 1 has developed intercultural competency, which is the ability to communicate appropriately and effectively across diverse backgrounds.
From Miami, where are you from?
I'm Cuban.
Oh, you're Cuban? I heard all Cubans are loud. I don't want to associate with you.
No, but I heard all black people like fried chicken.
In this third scenario, person 1 has exhibited not only stereotyping behavior, but also prejudice, and taking those stereotypes and assuming that because of those stereotypes that they have learned, they no longer want to associate with this person. At that point, the other individual in the conversation threw back the stereotyping method and created tension between the two.
I'm from Miami. Where are you from?
I'm Cuban.
Oh, that's nice. I heard the beaches are really good.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
In the new scenario, person 1 and person 2 use no prejudice nor stereotypical language. Therefore, they are able to successfully communicate with each other cross-culturally.